today.
The 2004 Olympics in Athens, Greece was the first time that intersex and transgender athletes were allowed to participate in Olympic competition. However, the admission has experienced much controversy, and many argue that these female athletes maintain unfair biological advantages over other competitors. As a result, in 2015, the International Olympic Committee and International Association of Athletics, also known as the IOC and IAAF, set regulations for female athletes that requires a declaration of female gender identity, testosterone level below 10 nanomoles per liter, and continuous monitoring by testing. So the question remains, is the inclusion of female, intersex, and transgender athletes fair? Transgender and intersex female athletes have greatly struggled with these regulations. I will start with intersex Indian track runner Dutee Chand, who in 2015 was suspended by the IAAF for nearly 2 years due to hypoandrogenism, a condition that sees naturally high testosterone levels in females. She fought the ruling by taking the case to court, in which she won and suspended the hypoandrogenism ruling for 2 years. Chand then continued to win 2 silver medals in the 2018 Asian Games. However, the 2-timing Olympic gold medalist in the 800-meter dash, Caster Semenya, did not experience the same happy ending like Chand. Semenya is an intersex cisgender female, and although hormonally Semenya is naturally just outside the norm, she was given 2 options: use certain medication or undergo surgery to reduce testosterone levels or be unable to compete. The South African Broadcasting Corporation published a video on August 22, 2019, interviewing Semenya and her fight against these discriminatory rules.
Like, this is the thing that I think boggles most people's minds, is that if you have naturally occurring testosterone in your body, why should you be penalized? Why not just follow the rules?
For me, it doesn't make sense for me, to change my body. If I have a testosterone level, I have a testosterone level. So I'm just a woman like any other, you understand? I don't think I have an advantage because I train as they do. Okay, let's say instead I have that high testosterone level, and then I don't work hard. Will I have those benefits? The answer is no.
By 2019, Semenya contested the IOC's regulations and brought the case to court twice. However, both times she was rejected, and she is still currently ineligible to compete in the 2020 Olympics. The story of 20-year-old intersex Uganda runner Annette Negesa is devastating. A few weeks before the 2012 London Olympics, Negesa was told she was withdrawn from the competition due to her testosterone levels. The IAAF doctor suggested a small procedure that would allow her to run again, but other than that, she was given no information of the surgery.
They've done something which we didn't agree on. Yeah. And really, I was so scared. The people who were there with me, taking me to the hospital, who wanted me to do such, no one explained to me what's really the truth, making me to go in their trap. I call it trap because it was a trap. Yeah.
The surgery made her unable to compete, and as a result, she lost her university scholarship. Her international race manager stopped contacting her. The Olympic regulations target these intersex and transgender athletes, forcing them to stop competing, which is completely unfair to them. There are people that agree with the Olympic regulations and are not afraid to publicly voice their opinions. After winning the UCI World Masters for the second time, Canadian transgender cyclist Rachel McKinnon received death threats and hate speech from online sources saying that the competition was vastly unfair due to McKinnon's assumed biological advantages.
Of course, these comments get to me to some degree. I have a lot of therapy. I have a therapist and a psychiatrist that I see to handle exactly this.
Cisgender cyclist Jennifer Wagner, who placed third in the competition, doesn't believe that transgender athletes such as McKinnon should be able to compete in female competition.
I felt that win was not earned. The winner had been born male and had gone through male puberty and had retained all the advantages that entails. I do believe that transgender people have rights. However, sport is one thing that's always been based on sex. And I definitely don't see a reason that we need to start changing that now because of somebody's feelings.
This is Wagner's tweet after the loss, in which she is clearly transphobic as she tries to publicly oppress McKinnon for her identity. However, McKinnon combats Wagner's claims of transgender advantage as she tells of her previous losses to Wagner, stating that Wagner beat McKinnon 11 out of 13 races. Therefore, how is it unfair when the majority of times they have competed, McKinnon has lost? McKinnon also makes a great statement, saying that when transgender athletes win, it's because we're transgender and it's unfair. When we lose, no one notices. Wagner lost on her own accord, not because of McKinnon or any other athletes. McKinnon continues to explain that in reality, sport is never truly fair.
Athletes come in a huge range of shapes and sizes and natural abilities. Population demographics around the world are different. So Dutch women average height is over 5'6". Indonesian women is around 4'10". So sport is never level, if by which we mean no one has a competitive advantage over each other, because that's the point of sport.
Furthermore, there's been no scientific evidence proving transgender or intersex advantage over cisgender athletes. If there's no evidence, then there is no reason behind the oppression of these athletes that work and train as hard as their competitors.
The games of the 32nd Olympiad are awarded to the city of Tokyo.
The Tokyo 2020 Olympics this upcoming summer is going to be very big for the intersex and transgender community.
Everything comes down to this moment.
3 transgender women are predicted to be the first transgender female athletes to ever compete in the Olympics. New policy guidelines are hoped to be released after the Tokyo Olympics, which should see a decrease in the maximum testosterone levels female athletes can have in order to compete. A lot rides on the 2020 Olympic Games. We'll keep fighting for acceptance, inclusion, and justice.
Trans women are women.
But the main thing now for me is about fighting for women's rights.
It's incredibly violating.
Sport is a human right.